Ok les amis, c'est parti. Voilà. Bonjour. Bonjour à tous. On est reparti. Cette fois avec une super vidéo. Incroyable cette vidéo. Comme toujours, tout est incroyable ici de toute façon. Ah, attendez, je me remets bien. Ok. On est parti du coup. On va descendre. On s'était quitté à peu près à cet endroit là normalement. C'était ça, on avait faim, on venait de finir, on venait de se faire chasser par les barbares, par les tartares, comme ils disent. Et du coup, c'était la dèche. On avait pris une flèche dans le jeu, dans la jambe, mais apparemment tout va bien. On peut sauter et tout. Ça c'est cool. J'ai une épée. Ah bah oui, j'ai une épée. J'ai une épée, je ne savais pas. Du coup, il faut aller parler à Captain Robard. Donc c'est parti. Les amis.
You've done well, lad. I'm sorry for your loss. You must be all done in. Why don't you go to the kitchen and have a good meal? Sorrow is easier to bear on a full stomach.
Ok, je mettais encore le temps.
I heard about your father. They say he was a swordsmith who moved to the countryside to make horseshoes.
D'accord.
I'm sure he had his reasons.
J'ai faim.
He had a fine reputation. It's a great loss.
D'accord. Je vois flou, j'ai faim. À l'aide. Oh, cette porte.
Ah, milady. You are fortunate our good lady Stephanie of Talmberg has graced us with her presence.
My lady, I'm honored.
So this is our brave young man. Welcome, lad. Bojena here will take care of you. No doubt you're tired and hungry.
Indeed. How could he not be, poor soul? After everything he's been through, he must be as hungry as a bear, aren't you, young master? Here you are, then. Eat your fill.
And a little wine to wash it down.
Thank you, my lady.
When you're done, you can go and rest with the grooms in the Outer Bailey.
No, that won't do, Sir Robard. After all he's been through, he deserves a proper bed.
Eh ben ouais, hein.
Let him sleep in a lodge in the courtyard.
Certainly, milady. Young Henry here is overwhelmed by your generosity.
Yes, thank you, my lady. May God reward you for your kindness.
Eat up now. You're in capable hands, so I'll leave you to it. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, man.
Good night.
When you've done, you can sleep in the bedchamber of the courtyard lodge. And
J'ai des
don't
cernes.
forget to take off those filthy boots before getting into bed.
Nice. La lumière est pas ouf sur ma tête, je sais. Je suis désolé. My bad. Ok. De toute façon, on s'en fout de ma tête. C'est l'image qu'il faut regarder. On va tout bouffer! Bouffe tout! Poup. Le mec il mange dans la marmite, tu vois. Il a genre. J'ai faim! Ok, mais j'ai toujours faim. Moi, je mange tout. Hop hop hop, on prend tout. Les pommes, on prend les pommes. Hop. Hop. Le canard. Où le canard? J'arrête pas de me regarder dans le retour. Du coup, vous voyez mes vieux yeux qui vont genre. Attends, c'est quoi ce bordel? C'est moi où il y a une carafe dans les plateaux. Ok, d'accord, bon, ouais. Ouais. T'as un problème? T'as un problème? Je cause pas. C'est ça, ouais. J'ai faim. Nourriture. On mange tout. Je mange tout. Poup, 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 poup. C'est bon, on a plus faim. Oh non, on est un peu glouton. Hein. Et du coup là il faut que j'aille dodo, c'est ça? Ouais. Arrête de dormir, putain! Mais c'est moi où les portes s'ouvrent tout seul dans le jeu? Genre c'est quoi ce bordel? C'est notre chambre.
I hear you came from Scallas
Dégage.
today. It must have been terrible there.
Je veux
How
discuter.
did it happen?
On va discuter.
It was a fine sunny day until Sigismond came with his army. I saw him sitting there with his red beard and proud posture as he gave the signal
Putain,
to
tu vois
attack.
loin quand même.
Oh no.
Tu vois loin, Henry, hein?
I ran to the castle for shelter with the others. Behind me I could hear the shouts of the attackers and the screams of the
Connais
wounded.
l'histoire.
Then I turned and saw father trying to save mother. They were both killed. The gate was closed by then. The men on the battlements were calling to me to run and warn you here. And with God's help, I made it.
That's horrible.
C'est horrible.
You were very fortunate to survive. And God bless you for warning us.
Ouais, bref, tu me saoules. Genre, allez, dégage, je veux dormir, moi. Faut que je désactive Steam, par contre. Quand je fais, parce que tous les notifs là, j'adore. J'arrête pas de me regarder dans le retour, c'est horrible, il faut que je regarde là. Bonjour, c'est moi. C'est galère de pas regarder dans le retour, genre j'ai envie de voir, enfin t'as envie de voir si tu... je sais pas, si tu vois bien. Si c'est genre... si tu es bien cadré, je sais pas, je suis un peu sur la... sur votre... pas sur la gauche du coup. Sur votre droite du coup. Non. Bref, je peux te...
Yes?
Oui.
It is I, Henry. Forgive me.
Elle rentre comme ça, genre.
I didn't wake
Elle rentre
you,
comme ça.
boy, did I?
My lady. No, not at all. But what brings you here at this hour?
I thought you could do with a little wine.
Ah oui. J'ai juste envie de dormir.
It's just what
C'est
you
ouf.
need to help you sleep.
My lady, thank you. You really shouldn't. You could have sent a servant.
I was going to, but to tell you the truth, I couldn't sleep either. I thought of you while saying my prayers. How awful it must have been for you. I came to offer you solace, to let you know you're not alone.
Thank you. Thank you kindly.
You're welcome. Now, Henry, I know this is all very new and strange for you. But I want you to feel at home here. You're not to worry about anything except getting better. God knows you've been through a terrible ordeal. I know what it is to be left alone in the world, although your loss is much greater. But with God's help, the pain will ease in time. And it can help to talk about it, if you feel like it.
C'est terriblement gênant du coup, pendant les cutscenes. Je suis là en mode genre... Je sais pas, j'ai rien à dire du coup. Horrible. Je suis où? Ok, bon bah apparemment je suis un mur. Je suis... Arrête de... Ah, j'arrête pas de me regarder. Faut que je regarde là. Je suis un mur apparemment. Arrête avec ton wallpaper engine aussi là, putain. Le mec est énervé partout, tu vois. Je n'arrive pas à en parler. Raconter l'histoire de l'assaut. Là on va raconter, on est quand même sympa. J'ai fait regarder le retour.
I'll tell you what happened. It was terrible and unexpected.
Oui, monsieur le mur.
The day started just like any other. Father sent me into town on some errands.
Du coup, on est en 6. Bon, on va continuer avec je suis allé recouvrer une tête.
A fellow by the name of Kunish owed money to father, who sent me to collect it from
Mais
him.
qu'est-ce que je fous là?
Only Kunish had no intention of paying.
Je suis genre.
It got a bit heated, as often happens when there's
Bonjour,
money
comment
involved.
allez-vous?
But Kunish still wouldn't cough up the coin.
Je suis là. À côté de
Father
vous.
was too generous for his own good, letting even a scoundrel like that buy on credit.
Oh.
Oh.
When I'd done all the errands, I headed back home. I promised father I'd help him with his work, and I was looking forward to it. He was forging a sword for Sir Radzig.
Je suis assis dans le vide. Sir Radzig est passé examiner l'épée.
The sword was taking shape when Sir Radzig himself came to have a look at it.
Ouais.
He praised Father's work and said that with his smithing skills, he could easily make a living in Prague or Vienna.
You don't say.
Il s'en bat les couilles.
But
bat
Sigismond's
les
horde
couilles.
was already on the horizon, ready to attack the town.
Faut que j'enlève le
A
steam quand
horde
je
of
mets quand, parce que
soldiers
c'est
was
horrible.
amassed. Pennants flapped in the wind, the armour glinted in the sunlight, and the horses whinnied impatiently. They were waiting for Sigismond to give the command to attack,
How awful.
Oh non.
and then death descended on Skalitz. I looked towards the tavern and saw a group of Cumans chasing down my Bianca, murdering her for sport. There was nothing I could do to help her.
You mustn't blame yourself. She's with the Lord now.
I ran to the castle like our neighbours to take cover, but I didn't make it. I had to find another way to save myself. The men on the battlements called down to me to flee to Talmberg and warn you. I was lucky I knew a concealed path
En train
around
de
the castle.
squatter, Henry. Squat like a true slave.
I needed a horse to get to the safety of Talmberg and to warn you all.
And with all that was happening, you thought of others like a good Christian.
Then I heard a scream. It was Teresa, the mill wench. She'd been caught by a gang of Cuman savages who planned to violate her. I had Sir Radzig's sword, and even though there were several of them and they were better armed, I had to try and save her. I wanted there to be at least one person I'd helped. And I succeeded, even though it almost cost me my life. After that, I stole a horse from them and rode off.
Like a valiant knight.
Oh oui.
I'll never forget the horror. It will haunt me for the rest of my life.
That's terrible. How could something like that happen?
God alone knows why he lets such things happen.
You poor boy. I understand your grief, but God is not to blame for the ills of this world. That is the work of Satan and those who do his bidding. Those who are corrupted by greed, envy, and pride. You must not lose faith, whatever life brings. Fate has not been merciful to me, and my husband either. Although in comparison to the horrors you went through. I was young when I married my husband. It was my father's wish. Divish was a lot older than I, but a woman must bear her lot. Shortly after our marriage, before I even got a look at Talmberg, the castle was stormed and my husband was imprisoned.
Really?
My husband had some quarrel with Sir Havel Medek of Valdek, who decided to resolve it by force. He stormed the castle, burned down the village of Pribyslavitz, and killed many of our men, even the old chamberlain. He imprisoned my husband in the castle and put his own garrison there.
That's awful.
I was barely 18 years old, and all of a sudden, I was left alone with Sir Robert. We didn't know what to do. We went to Prague to appeal to the king and sought help from Divish's friends, but all to no avail. We tried for years, but it seemed I was destined to be left alone and my husband to rot in jail in his own castle.
Years, you say?
7 years.
7 ans.
That's how long it took before Havel was condemned as an enemy of the crown. And even then, he refused to surrender the castle and release my husband. In the end, I raised the money to pay a ransom, and only then, by the grace of Lord Jesus, did I finally lay eyes on my husband once more.
7 years. And was Havel punished for it?
Never. And after 7 years, my husband returned to me an infirm old man.
Sir Divish seems like a good, strong man.
Certainly, only he has many concerns. He had to rebuild Talmberg. After he was released, the king appointed him Burgrave of Prague Castle, and he was very busy. He had no time for me at all. But at least we were in the city. There was something going on. And now, we're here.
My lady, you're still young and beautiful. Your best years are still ahead of you.
Would that that were true, lad. Would it were true. But what am I doing bothering you with this? You have troubles enough of your own. I'll go
On se demande pourquoi tu parles de ça.
and let you sleep.
Il y a baleine sous gravier.
I enjoyed our little talk, Henry.
J'ai l'air énervé tout le temps.
Good night. And God bless.
Good night, my lady.
C'est bien. On se demande pourquoi elle est venue là. Hein. On se demande bien. Enlève tes chaussures quand même là. Oh, elle est content. Elle est content. Il est content. Regarde-le. Il est heureux. Qui que c'est?
Help us, son. Don't be a coward.
Ouh, on aime les cauchemars.
Wake up. You don't want to miss this.
What is it? What's happening?
Come to the battlements. One of our patrols reported a company heading here from Skalitz.
C'est bon, on est. On a récupéré notre force. Donc, faut aller par là. Et là à gauche. Mais je sais, je suis trop fort. Je connais par cœur le château. C'est comme si c'était ma maison.
Why they attacked so quick?
Listen up! If it's Sigismond and his army, prepare for the worst. But don't be daunted by their numbers. Heed my commands, and all will end well.
Que se passe-t-il?
What's going on?
I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Why would Sigismund advance on Talmberg in the night? Especially since he's lost the element of surprise after the raid on Skalitz.
Maybe it's not him.
Then who is it? The scouts Jivish sent to Skalitz to spy on Sigismund said he'd set up camp and was getting ready to storm the castle. And so Radzig is an experienced soldier. He'd surely hold the castle for quite some time. It doesn't make sense.
What else did the spies see?
Not much of anything. Before they could get close enough, this huge storm started. And you were right. Sigismund has a hell of a lot of soldiers, including all manner of mercenaries. An army like that costs a fortune. Well, anyway, we'll find out when they get here, won't we?
Aye, we will.
May the Lord watch over you.
Halt! Who goes there?
Lucifer and all his minions! Who else, Rubber?
Sir Ansig. What a relief.
Is his lordship there with you?
Yes, sir. He is right here.
What are you doing up so late, Divish? At your age, you need a good night's sleep. Well, Radzik, you didn't exactly pick the best time for an outing either. In a big hurry? It was a bit of a scramble, all right. Believe it or not, this tempest is a godsend for me and my men. As my old granddad used to say, better a sore throat than a slit throat. I'd say your grandfather was a wise man. Your messenger told us what happened. Messenger? The lad you sent to warn us. He's alive? He made it to you? He's here with me. He only got away by the skin of his teeth, though. God, a brave young man. But tell me, friend, how on earth did you manage to get away?
Thank God for this tempest. When it began, Sigismond's Tatars crawled into their holes and left a storm in the castle for more clement weather. We were able to sneak out right under their noses. The Lord be praised. We wouldn't have stood a chance against them.
Would you like to spend the night in Talmberg?
No, no. When Sigismond finds the castle empty tomorrow, he might come looking for us. We'd only be exposing you to danger. Without me and my men, he has no call to attack you.
What will you do then?
We'll march to Ratai. It's only a short way, and there we'll have a better chance of defense and enough room for all of these people. If Sigismund should come, better bend your knee, Divish. There's no point dying in a battle that's futile.
You're right there.
Is that boy still with you?
I'm here, sir.
You have courage, lad. That I can't deny. I am sorry about what happened. Would you care to join us?
I'd like to, sir, but first I have to return to Skalitz.
Are you mad? What do you want there?
I can't leave my mother and father. I won't leave their corpses rotting in the street. I'll join you once I've taken care of them.
Don't even think of going back there, you donkey. Are you tired of living?
But sir!
Quiet! I'm sorry about your father, but getting killed as well won't help him. Divish, make sure that lad doesn't budge from Talmberg until things quieten down.
Not to worry, friend. Anyway, he's injured and needs to recover. I'll lock him up here as if he were Havel of Baldic.
I've seen you've grown a thick skin since your tribulation, sir. But thank you. We'll meet again when circumstances are more favorable. Farewell.
Farewell, friend, and good fortune. Give my regards to Sir Hanush.
I will. And good luck to you and your people, too. These are dark times. Move out!
Anywhere, people! Move out! It's only a short way to Ratai now.
Men, tonight we'll have triple patrol. Sort out the watches between you as always. And if I catch anyone boozing, playing dice or slacking off, I'll personally break every bone in his body. I want you to keep a close eye on everything nearby.
Chut. Chut. Calme-toi.
What is it you need?
I could use an extra pair of eyes, and yours are keen. Will you keep watch of the battlements with my men?
Is that a request or an order?
I'd rather it was a request you answered yes to.
Of course I'll help. I'll have to pay you back somehow after all you've done for me.
Splendid. And don't worry, I'll tell the men to relieve you later. May the Lord watch over you.
Je sais pas, ah oui, faut que je monte la carte. Bon, en gros, faut juste que je marche là. Et il y a un mec qui va venir me voir. Aussi, désolé si c'est un peu long au début. Mais c'est le début du jeu qui est comme ça. Ouais, c'est le début du jeu qui est comme ça. Je peux pas. Il y a beaucoup de cinématiques, du coup je peux pas trop couper des choses parce que bah, tout est à peu près important. Donc bon, c'est la seule chose que je peux faire. Je peux juste attendre et c'est les premiers épisodes comme ça, c'est normal. Parce que c'est important, il faut savoir l'histoire, il faut connaître ce qui se passe. Au bout d'un moment, ils vont nous lâcher dans le monde, mais là oui, tout est à peu près, tout est dirigé en fait, tout est fait pour qu'on suive l'histoire. Donc au bout d'un moment, il n'y a plus besoin.
Wandering around like a stray sheep. Must be your first watch, eh? I don't think anything much will be happening today. You can just lean against the wall and wait till morning. I'll show you what's what.
I will. Thank you.
Je vais tremper. Ok, donc je vais me mettre genre là, comme ça. Je vais faire... Hop, comme ça. Qu'est-ce que c'était? Oui, du coup, oui, c'est normal qu'il n'y a pas de cut. J'en ferai plus tard, mais là, je peux pas trop en faire. Sauf si vraiment rien qui se passe. Là, là voilà. C'est pas possible. Qu'est-ce qui se passe? Qu'est-ce qu'il fait? Qu'est-ce qu'il fait? Laisse-moi passer. Ah. Il court comme un handicapé. Désolé. Pas comme un handicapé. Comme une chèvre. Non, Sigismond, arrête de nous embêter.
See how the self-appointed king wins the love and respect of his loyal subjects.
Indeed, Robard. Sigismond of Luxembourg has a rare talent for winning people over to his cause. You may be in for a surprise. I don't think he will set his heathen dogs on us today.
Greetings, Lord of Talmberg.
That's the bastard who led the attack at Scallis and killed my parents.
Don't be an idiot. Do you want to end up like them?
I am Sir Markwart von Aulitz. I come in the name of Sigismond of Luxembourg, King of Hungary and Croatia, who has resolved to strike against those who disrupt concord in the land and to restore order in the name of his brother, King Wenceslaus IV.
Restore order by burning and pillaging the king's estates.
Greetings, Sir Markwart. The efforts of the king's brother to bring order to this chaotic land are undoubtedly noble. It seems to me, though, that he and his army have somewhat strayed. As Burgrave of Prague Castle, I am entirely beholden to the king, and here in Talmberg divine peace reigned until your arrival. To what then do we owe the honor of your visit?
Yesterday, His Majesty took action against the enemy of the kingdom, Sir Radzig Kobyla, who has been using the silver from the Skalitz mine to fund insurrection against the crown. Unfortunately, the insurgent escaped. Would you happen to know, noble sir, where he might be at this time?
As far as I know, the Sir Radzig of which you speak is the king's hetman at Skalitz. I find it hard to imagine that he would rebel against our king. Nevertheless, I can assure you that Sir Radzig is not at Talmberg. He would be a fool indeed to flee from one castle, where he has little chance of defense, to another, where he has even less. Or do you take the view that my humble manner is any obstacle to your army?
Am I to inform the king then that Sir Radzig Kobyla is not at Talmberg and that he has your loyalty?
Sir Radzig Kobyla is not here, and I have no intentions of getting embroiled in affairs from which I have nothing to gain.
Very well, sir. As you wish. I will relay your words to the king in the hope he will be as well disposed as you seem to be.
Those who have clean consciences and goodwill may find themselves well disposed even at moments like this, when there is little cause for joy. Farewell, sir.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Au revoir.
My lord, you have my utmost admiration.
Get on with you, Robard.
Il Il est méchant. Il est méchant. Il est méchant. Ok. Donc. Entrez vos autres chers escaliers. Ok, bon. On va aller parler à... Il n'y a rien qui se passe dans cet épisode, je sais. Donc je vais peut-être le durer un peu. Faire durer un petit peu plus longtemps, je pense. Parce que là, il n'y a rien qui s'est passé clairement. Enfin, il y a l'histoire, quoi, mais... T'as un souci à me pousser comme ça? Ouais, il n'y a pas grand-chose, quoi, qui se passe.
So, Robard, I need to get to Skalitz.
What would you do there, lad? Sigismond might have left, but the place will be swamped with robber barons, brigands, deserters, and other vermin. And anyway, your lord commanded you to stay here.
So, Robard, my parents died there. I can't leave them to be eaten by dogs. What would you do in my place?
Sorry, lad, but I won't take orders. You'll have to wait until everything settles down, and maybe your lord will change his mind.
Ok, donc c'est pas compliqué. Là, en fait, pour sortir, soit on va voler l'armure. Ah! En fait, il y a moyen de... Soit on peut voler une armure et du coup se barrer en mode en imitant le garde, tu vois. Bon, faut parler à lui.
My respects to you.
Faut que je sorte
I need
d'ici.
to get out of here.
And I need a feather bed with a
Enfin, il fait dire
comely
non,
wench
quoi.
in it. But it looks like we'll both be disappointed. Sir Divish gave orders not to open the gate, and you especially are not to be let out.
Je sais. Je vais faire ça parce que c'est
Let
là où
me
je suis
out,
plus haut.
I say. Don't you know who I am?
Someone who's about to lose his teeth if he doesn't get lost quick?
My mother and father were left in Skalitz like carrion. I have to bury them. I can't leave them to the dogs.
I'm sorry, my friend, but I can't. You'll have to persuade Sir Robard, or think something up so I don't end up in the shit for it. Otherwise, forget it.
Alright, I'll see what I can do.
Je trouvais quelque chose, je sais bien parler. Donc moi, quand j'avais joué, en fait, il y a moyen de, sortir par là. En gros, tu sautes. C'est pas compliqué, tu sautes. Et tu te barres en courant. Mais bon, tu commences avec un désavantage, t'as pas d'armure. Donc tu commences à poil, en gros. C'est pas compliqué. Bon, t'as une bonne épée, mais tu commences à poil. Le truc qu'il faut faire, en fait, enfin, qui est plus simple à faire, en fait, c'est d'aller là. On va faire tout le tour. Et je vais vous montrer. Il faut aller par là, comme ça. Ah putain, t'es vraiment lent comme garçon. C'est ouf. Comment par... faut passer par là, hop, hop, hop. Et là, normalement, on n'a pas le droit d'être. Ah non, c'est pas ici. Donc là, il y a des coffres. Ah si, ouais, voilà, on n'a pas le droit d'être là. Donc ça, sont difficiles, ceux-là. Il faut descendre, en fait. Bon, les coups, je descends comme ça. Et là, on peut tout voler, comme des oufs. Mais en fait, le problème, c'est qu'il peut y avoir des gardes. Voilà, vous voyez, il y a des gardes. Moi, je vole. Je m'en fous complet. En fait, il y a moyen que je me fasse choper, en fait. Parce que j'ai pas le droit d'être là, en fait. Ça, il faut que je le chope, du coup. Hop. Faire rentrer ou pas? Non, rentre pas encore. Ok, donc là je vole tout. Et là normalement c'est bon, là en fait je peux tout voler, parce qu'il y aura personne qui va venir. Ici normalement il y a une super... Non, c'est pas ici qu'il y a des épées, c'est où qu'il y a des épées. C'est ici. Non. Très difficile, difficile... Ok, donc c'est pas ici. C'est ici? Ah bon? Ah oui, oui, dans celui-là, je crois. Clairement, j'ai pas le droit d'être ici. Hein. Oui. Ah, ici. Ok, il y a une flèche. Oh, c'est à l'étage et j'ai loupé. Je suis vraiment mauvais comme garçon. Ok. Flèche longue distance. Flèche. Ah, flèche longue distance. Et là, il y a un arc. Là. Déjà, avec mon arc, c'est plutôt pas mal. Mais je sais pas où sont les épées. Normalement, il y a une épée quelque part. Oh! Vite, vite, vite. J'entends quelqu'un qui arrive en fait. Ça m'a... Ok. Ok. Ah, masse d'armes. Propre. Ça dépend, je pense, du coup, les spawns. Parce que j'ai déjà vu qu'il y avait... On pouvait choper une épée, genre 2 épées même. Des très bonnes épées, genre des trucs assez bons, quoi. Mais je sais pas, apparemment, il n'y a pas là. Ok, bon, ça dépend les spawns, je pense. Du coup. Là, on va sortir de là, puisqu'on est des oufs. Hop! Voilà, comme ça. Là, le truc qu'il faut faire, c'est du coup, bah, on a juste à s'armer. Elle se déguiser comme un... Lequel est le plus beau? Celui-là ou celui-là? Oh, celui-là est stylé quand même. Voilà, faut mettre ça. Faut mettre ça. Faut mettre ça. Et je vais remplacer par la masse d'armes. Parce que ça fait plus RP. Donc là, normalement, c'est bon. Je suis déguisé comme un mec, un garde en fait. Donc j'ai juste à aller le voir normalement.
I need to get out of here.
Voilà.
Then I'm afraid you're out of luck. Ah, I see. All right then. But if you breathe a word about me to anyone, may the Lord watch over you.
Bah ouf.
God be with you.
Ok. Et maintenant, en fait, le truc qui est encore plus simple, c'est du coup, je suis venu ici avec un cheval. Et en gros, il y a mon cheval est toujours là en fait. Et en fait, tous les autres chevaux, du coup, ils sont comme volés, marqués comme volés. Voilà. Sauf celui. Ah non. Ah mais c'est. Ah voilà, celui-là. Ah non. Hop, donc j'ai juste à le prendre. Voilà. Et je me barre. Je me barre avec et personne va rien dire. Voilà, personne va... Ah merde. Ah. Faut que je le redemande.
Open up. I want out.
I hope it's not another false alarm like before. Go on. Get the hell out before I forget our deal. How many more times do I have to...
Ok, désolé, c'est bon, ça marche pas. Je t'énerve un peu vite, je trouve. Ok, et là, juste à m'échapper en fait. Juste à me barrer. Du coup. Et eux, ils vont rien dire. Voilà, juste à me barrer comme ça. Donc là, je vais faire un cut jusqu'à ce que je suis à Skalitz. Et voilà. Non, voilà. Apparemment, il y a une cutscene, je savais pas.
You'll have to wait for me here, friend. Better to keep going on my own. Looks like they've already gone.
J'ai une épée, j'avais une masse hein, juste avant. Miam miam miam. Aïe aïe aïe, c'est grave. C'est parti les amis. Je vais m'arrêter là. Je pense que c'est un bon endroit où s'arrêter. Et du coup, prochain épisode, ça serait quand on arrive à Scalis du coup. Voilà. Ok. C'est cool. Bon, sur ce tas de cadavres, je vous dis au revoir. Bonne continuation. Salut.